You're with Julian on the Brown Note and a review of the latest Gareth Evans movie, Havoc. The director Gareth Evans came to great prominence due to a couple of Indonesian films. The Raid, which was an iconic actioner, which has stood the test of time as well. And The Raid 2, I think, is even better, but doesn't get as much kudos. I thought The Raid 2 was astonishing. I didn't see The Apostle, but Havoc is his latest one. And honestly, at the moment, Tom Hardy's everywhere, which, you know, most people like him. But I just worry that there's some kind of is there too much saturation? I don't know. I actually didn't read up on this film before seeing it, so I was quite shocked when I watched it, because it begins as action heavy, but the classic kind of dour, grimy cop film, of which I do love. Most like something like Street Kings, starring Keanu Reeves, usually where the main cop is corrupt to a degree, but also a good person to a degree, and, you know, has his awakening of his moral fibre and so on. So we get a very action-packed start, which is a group of people robbing a bunch of washing machines in this articulated lorry and stealing it and being chased by the police, where they unfortunately pretty much nearly kill one of the police chasing them by throwing a washing machine at the car. And then they end up going into this sort of like Chinese triad den, who are the people that bought the washing machines. And during that transaction, that triad den is hit by a bunch of ice hockey mask wearing gunmen who obliterate all of the people in the room. And one of those is the son, the much-loved son of a female triad boss, who then comes to America to sort the whole thing out. While this is going on, we learn that Tom Hardy has basically abandoned his wife and child and is trying to come back into their life. He was involved in something a year or so ago that was probably highly corrupt, which we get to learn as the movie progresses, where he's now sort of a pariah a pariah to the police, his partners that were obviously involved in this thing, and a pariah to his wife and child. And, you know, he's got a new female partner, and basically it's a story as old as time. It's not an original premise at all. From that point, and we get Timothy Olyphant as his ex-partner as well, and Forest Whitaker. I don't know who the main people are in it, so I don't really know the names of the actors. I thought Jessica Lee as Ellie. Is she the cop? What has she been in? Because I recognise her face. Last Night in Soho, but only a small role, so I'm not really sure. Locked Up Abroad. I wonder if that was her real life. What surprised me about this film is I was expecting it to be a grimy cop thriller, and they have this encounter in a nightclub, which is quite near the start of the film, which devolves into a shootout. And I swear to God, it's as big as the scene in the first Kill Bill film in the nightclub. There's probably as much death in that sequence. It's just never-ending carnage. It really is basically a John Woo film from his Hong Kong era. That's the only time you're going to see this level of endless deaths. And it's a battle then from, like, Tom Hardy's representing one side, his ex-partners are actually in with the triads, and you've got the triads as well. So you've got these three forces that battle for the rest of the movie. Actually, when the plot all comes out, it's much less interesting than when it's left hanging in the air. It's all a bit rote. I'll say that the action in it is pretty incredible, but law of diminishing returns. It's like if you watch maybe the 20-minute long death scenes where 100 people die would have been actually more impactful if they'd have been half as long or a third as long. And they focus a little bit more on the story itself. There's nothing wrong with anyone's performances, but I mean, it's just a non-character for Tom Hardy to do, just but barely putting on an American accent. And you know, if you like shoot 'em ups, it is a shoot 'em up first and foremost. The whole cop thing going on is not as interesting the more it goes on. The way that it's rudimentary, and when you learn all of the points where, you know, you find out what he did, what his partners did, their relationships with the triads and so on, is very rudimentary. It's not like it improves upon that initial part of the film where it's left hanging in the air. And there's lots of great carnage. There's superb carnage in this film. If you like your violence, you'll be satiated, and there's some imaginative, very well shot, very well soundtracked and put together. The soundstage on it is excellent as well. But it's a law of diminishing returns. It's like if you see 100 people die in one 20-minute sequence, they could have probably wound it back massively to make it a little bit more, you know, less draining on the viewer. And overall, it's like by the time you get to the end, you're kind of like, I'm ready for the film to finish. I knew everything that would probably happen all the way through and was right. And there's no development for the character. I like Timothy Olyphant in this as well. I thought he was good. And the partner, I think, is Jessie Mee Lee. I thought I'd seen her in another film, but maybe not. And they've got some good female assassins for the triads as well, which is pretty good. Is that Ellie? Is that really? Yeah, I don't know. I think I just recognised her face. I thought I'd seen her in something else. So Havoc is only for fans of shoot 'em ups, but it's a very high class made, shot and soundtracked and soundstaged and imaginatively violent film that just overdoes it all and isn't that interesting to start with. So 6 out of 10 for Havoc.